It's morning, so it's hacking time. I gotta put bigger tires on the Commando, and unfortunately stock sheet metal prevents that. I don't wanna lift this thing too much. I just wanna be able to cut it out for tire clearance and probably put some 33s on it. So what we're gonna do is use a Jeep TJ fender flare, front and rear, both sides, and put it right on like that, which is gonna require quite a bit of hacking, but it's gonna give a lot more tire room on this pooch.
They're almost a perfect fit, except for this part right here at the bottom that curves out. So I'm gonna cut that off with a regular desk wheel. I'll check the fit, and these will be bolted on in no time.
One of the cool things about these Jeepsters is they have a really ample rear wheel tub, but I don't want to cut into it when I'm cutting out here. I want to leave the stock inner tub. So what I'm going to do is measure up to that tub and then transfer the mark so that I know what my limit is for hacking so that I don't get into that part.
Oh man.
What?
We better not mess this up. We've got one shot at it.
Okay, just a second ago you were like, just hack it and don't worry.
I know.
It's done.
I don't think it improved the looks any, but once we put the fender flare on, it should look pretty good. It looks really good.
And I'll end up cutting this, I think, at an angle, right?
Yeah, matching the angle of the flare.
Yeah. Up here in the front, I'm gonna have to cut a whole lot more than just the flare covers, because I gotta get rid of this factory flare so that the new one will sit flat. You realize if I screw this up, I'm gonna be all disheartened and like want to abandon the entire project. Wow, that kind of hurts. All right.
Oh man, that's looking really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be a handsome devil by the time we get done with this.
Oddly, this side of the Jeep is not exactly the same as the other side. Who could have imagined? I like to stand back to get the eyeball, which is generally even more important than measuring. Looks pretty good. Dolchek, are you ready for our big moment?
Whoa!
Dun, dun, dun!
Oh man, those are beyond awesome. Look at those boggers.
It's a 33 by 14 on a 15 by 10 with 3 5/8 back spacing.
Wow.
The whole goal here is to get these tires on here and judge the fit of them so that we can then order a new rear end that won't break, because this Dana 44 is not long for this world with what we're planning on doing. Okay, get this 31 1050 out.
Did it fit?
Yep. Yeah, our off-road Challenger had 32s on it. 33s are like barely even aggressive. I have one more trick up my sleeve.
Really?
Yeah. Watch this.
Okay, I'm ready to be amazed.
Boom!
Wow.
Since this is going to be a multi-purpose vehicle, look at that drag slick.
Wow.
That's a 33 by 12 Hoosier.
Man,
also
that is
on the
a
same
serious
15 by
gumball.
10. I know. Okay, drop her down. Okay, that's pretty epic.
Let me see.
That's awesome. I've never had a slick that big in my life. That just proves the Commando will not be boring.
It's as though it's been crying out for those Hoosier slicks all its life. Look
Yeah.
at that. It's just perfected the Commando.
Okay. And contact.
Yeah, you could tell it was gonna hit.
Yeah.
Where is it hitting?
Just leaf spring. Okay, so we need to measure the front axle wheel mounting surface to wheel mounting surface, and then we need to add an inch per side to that, add 2 inches overall,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Cool, now we can go build a Clevo.
Okay.
Moving on to the engine building part of the program. And Steve walks away, right when I have to put it in the shop.
You know, those meats look really good rolling like that, Freiburger.
Yeah, how do they look from over there?
They look great. Sorry, I was posting to social media.
That was critical.